And then starting a manual car is not at an easy job. So kama hukusoma utakuwa na difficulties. So instructor tu alimwambia ebu enda, wewe hujui kitu unafanya. Hi there, welcome back to my channel. In case you're new here, welcome to the gang. I haven't given people a gang, I'm just calling everyone guys. But karibu sana, feel at home. You're free to subscribe, you're free to like this video. So today I'm going to be giving you guys tips you should know before going for a driving test in Kenya, and also my experience and a story time. Yeah, so make sure you watch, and I'll also be giving you ideas on what questions you'll be asked at the driving test, how you're going to arrive there, how that place looks like, and how to be prepared, you know, when you're going there, out of my story time. So I hope you learned something and I hope you enjoy. So I've written down the information on my notebook and I'll be reading them to you. So you've been thinking you want to go to driving school and you've gone and now you're waiting for the exams. Personally, I went to a school that was near me. I was paid for. I went to AA there in Hurlingham. So yeah, it's actually one of the good schools, so I'm lucky. So yeah, you can go to any school. You can go to the one near you, or you can go to a good one, you know, depends on how much you're willing to spend, because I think they vary in prices. But also research on the school that you want to go to. Don't just go to any school, because I had some things about some driving schools and I was just like, hey, siezi. So the first thing you need to know before you go on a driving test in Kenya is how to get there. So for my school, AA, they arranged the transport. So all we had to do is just arrive at the school at 6 a.m. and then now we were taken to the place of the test. I think we reached like at 8 a.m. So imagine, yeah, we took a long time. For some other schools, I think the other students sort themselves. Shida. Ama also they arrange for them. I don't know. Some people, they come on by themselves. So you go to NTSA and that's where you're going to be doing the test. So when you get to NTSA, you have to sign in that you've arrived there. So there's like a long line. So you just stand on the line and you sign in. So after that, you're directed on where to go now for the test, for the, what do I call it? It's like the interrogation.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
Yeah, so you're collected to go there for the interrogation. And my friend. So when you go there, there's a line that you make. By the time I went, people were so many. Na ilikuwa time ya corona, so people were trying to social distance. So you make a line, and then people, they just keep cutting the line, and the line was so long, so long. And then but anyway, it was fine. I finally reached, and now it was time for the interview. So when you enter that place, there's a place where you sit. There's a line outside. Then there's a place where you sit again to wait. Then there's a place now where they pick people, like five people. Then there's a short line. Then they just call your name and you enter to be interrogated. If you know what I mean. So when you enter there, you just start asking you things. The first test you do is the one on the Modern Town Board. The one where now you move the cars. Yeah, if you pass that one, I think you get 30 marks. Then the second one now is the one for the road signs. Make sure you've really mastered the road signs, and make sure you've really mastered the modern town board. I'm going to leave a link down below for the videos, for a video that will explain for you the modern town board. You can go and check it out. Ata kama you're not going for the driving test, you can just go and see how these things work. I mean, when you're now going to driving school, at least you'll have some car knowledge, you know. So I'll leave a video down below, a link. If you pass the modern town board and you pass the road signs, and then they ask you some questions about driving. So you ask like how many eyes does a driver have? You just ask questions. I can't tell you because they just ask randomly. So make sure you're prepared. Make sure you're prepared in everything. Me, I was dancing by there. When you go there, hata kama you've been prepared, you've done everything, you know everything, the guy just points to, what is this? And you just forget, as in you just feel, nimesoma kweli. And it's very easy. It can even be a stop sign, but you'll forget. So just, because of me, I get so anxious when I have a thing, when I have something that I'm supposed to do. So I was so scared. I was just there. Because when that guy who did my test, when he put the cars and then he told me, move it from this point to this point, I was just like, oh God. I looked at it, then he was like, higher time is up. Ebu decide. Ebu answer sasa. I've given you so much time. And then I just did it. I just said, acha tu nifanye. And ilikuwa sawa. Nilikuwa nimepita. And I was scared. What? So when you pass, he gives you that paper. A paper. Is it like a form? Yeah, he gives you a form. And then now you go with it to the place where you're supposed to do the practical. So when you go to the practical, as we didn't do our practicals in NTSA, we went to another place called Mombasa Road. It's near, I don't know if you know, like in Itsuko Mombasa Road. So after getting to that place, because we were so many, you take turns. You enter the car like the instructor, you, and then some other people at the back. So you keep switching, and then you just drive like a short distance. You just drive like a very short point. What can I say? How can I elaborate? Like it's like driving from GPO to Huduma Center. Hey, you don't even feel like you're driving. And because I was driving a manual car. So when you're driving a manual car, it's just like you just switch to gear 2. It's just gear 2 only. It's so short. But some people, they were really struggling. Some girl failed because she could not start the car. Because now if you start, you have to start the car, and then starting a manual car is not actually an easy job. So kama ukusoma utakuwa na difficulties. So instructor tu alimwambia ebu enda, wewe hujui kitu unafanya. I was just there at the back like, whoo, already scared, tensed, as in that time. So tensed. Okay, let me tell you the most important part. Ebu listen. I mean, when you're going for the driving test, it's not at a 1 hour thing, a 2 hour thing, a 3 hour thing. It's a whole day process, a whole day. Me, I didn't know I'm going to be there the whole day. Me, I thought I'm going to be there like for 2 hours and then I go back home. But I was there the whole day. Sikukunywa chai because I woke up so early. And if I take tea very early in the morning, I get a stomachache. So I didn't take tea. Alafu, sikukula lunch. I'm hungry. The sun is very hot. There was nowhere to sit. I've been standing waiting for my test to be done. By the time you're going for that test, my friend, you just feel like, Let me take my tea first. even become cold. You just feel like nada, no. So of course, like, now I'm telling you, we didn't do the practical at NTSA. You were taken to some other place, Apple, just on a road. I think I don't know whether it was not a main road. Okay, it was like, it's not main road. But there are cars, there was some activity, yeah, like cars were coming back and forth. I think it was fine. But the location, my friend, there was nowhere to sit. We were just sitting on the grass, on the stones. Some people were sitting by the fence. As in, there was nowhere to sit, man. That was the worst experience. And then it was so hot. I even said, I wish I carried an umbrella. I wish I carried something to eat. I was there starving. Even I didn't even have water. I was there starving for like a while, since morning. But luckily, inside that place there was a supermarket. So me and some chicks I was hanging around with, we went there and then we bought, at least we bought something to eat. Yeah, I remember I went there and bought something to eat. So the time for my test came. I entered the vehicle. I didn't start. I didn't start. I just had someone saying, oh, I just entered, and then after someone, the guy's like, next. That time he's saying next. You had to my friend. So anyway, when you enter the car, the guy just checks that first of all, you put on your seat belt, release the clutch slowly, put the car on gear 1. You have to put the car on gear 1 for it to move. Or you can even just move with the clutch. Maybe I need to put, but you need to switch. I think he looks at those things. And you just drive. Just make sure you're prepared, you know. Switch on the car. Make sure the car does not go off. And if it goes off, make sure you switch it on very fast. If it is a manual, hey! But when I was going for my driving classes, I had gotten used to driving a manual. But right now, I don't even think I know how to do it. Maybe if I'm there practically, but explaining. So yeah, just make sure that you know those things, you know. So yeah, maybe I can give you some other tips. Actually, I had written down, I'd forgotten I'd written down things. So what to expect during the practical test. The way you start the car, changing gears, then stop and park. So they usually look for those things. The way you're going to start the car, the way you're going to change gears, and then the way you're going to stop and park. So my last advice is that just make sure you're prepared fully. And find a way to calm your nerves, because me, I wasn't calm. I was really panicking. So find a way to calm your nerves. Oh yeah, so if you pass the test, they're just sent to your NTSA portal. So you just go exit and pass, and you get a driver's license. Although you have to pay for it. So yeah. Unalipa. So yeah, go for that test, ace it, become the designated driver. Oh, acha tu niwaambie, just because you went to driving school and you passed the test and you aced everything doesn't mean that you are the best driver. One thing my instructor always told us is, accidents happen, and when you're driving is when you realize anyway people just don't intend to knock people. And I don't mean that people intend, I mean like these things just happen, as in atakama you're controlling yourself, it can just happen to you. As in, personally, before I went to driving school, I used to like always blame the drivers, like, why you not seeing, when you can't see me, why you behaving like this, nini. Hey, but when you start driving you realize that drivers have a really hard task. As in, you have to make sure you're not knocking anyone, you have to make sure you're not going off the road, you have to make sure you're sticking to your lane. Yeah guys, I hope I've helped you and I hope you've learned something. The last tip I'd say is you just practice. If you haven't mastered the Modern Town board and you're feeling like other people have mastered it, don't worry, you just practice. You can ask your instructor to help you, or a student there, or you can just go to YouTube and just rewatch those videos until you understand. Because hey, kuna some people there, after 1 week they had learned everything, and me, I was just like, now what is this? Me, I've not understood anything. But yeah, I just kept watching YouTube videos, and then I used to ask my instructor for us to do more theory work, you know, understand those things vizuri. So that's how I got to understand. So I hope I've helped you. If you've watched until the end and you've not subscribed, please subscribe. Please like my video, and stay tuned to my next video. And if you haven't watched my previous videos, I will pin it here, so make sure you go watch it. Thank you very much. Comment down below on your experience, what you experienced when you went for a driving test in Kenya. Yeah, I'd like to see. I like all the comments, and I always respond to all the comments. Bye. Comment. Yeah. Bye.